Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another Green Rope webinar. My name is Alessandra Guyben. I am the Marketing Director here at Green Rope. And today we have a very special webinar. We've recently partnered with a company called Juvo Leads. And today we have co-founder Ted DeBetancourt here, who is going to talk to you about how you can actually use live chat to generate more leads for your business automatically without having to utilize your own valuable resources. So without further ado, let's go ahead and Ted, why don't you introduce yourself and share a little bit about you and Juvo Leads, and let's get started on learning more about how Green Rope and Juvo Leads works together.
Awesome. Thank you very much for the introduction, Alessandra. Nice to meet, or nice to see everyone here today. Happy to jump right in the deck. I do a little bit of teaching on the side, so sometimes if you have any questions midway through this presentation, feel free to raise your hand or ask away, and then at the end I'll leave some time for some Q&A. But without further ado, I'll jump right in. So my name, as Alessandra said, is Ted DeBetancourt. I'm one of the co-founders here at Juvo Leads. I'm the guy on the right, but I'm probably about 10 pounds heavier and have a beard now. And my co-founder is on the left, is head of product, that's Nick. And so, yeah, we're Juvo Leads. So what we do is we are a live website chat plus a service organization. So we power the live chat on business and law firm websites for the purpose of converting more leads from your existing traffic into qualified leads for your business. And basically how we started was 5-6 years ago, I was running a small marketing agency, and basically live chat was kind of in its beginnings. And what we found is that a lot of my clients were getting hit up by different chat companies trying to say that they'd get a lot more leads through chat. As an agency owner, I was very hesitant about it and didn't really believe the claims that they would make. So what we did was, ran pretty tough A/B tests, mostly for the purpose of trying to see if we could generate more total leads for the business that we worked with. And what we saw was basically every time for every A/B test we ran across all the clients, we'd get more total qualified leads from chat. And we did this with the strictest of scrutiny, in the sense that I didn't want chat to win because I didn't really like the chat companies that were providing it. But no matter how strict the A/B tests were, the 50% of the traffic with chat would beat out the control group that was just phone and form capture. And just by way of example, after we decided that chat did work, we sought out to beat a chat beating company. So basically what we did was I teamed up with the other guy in the picture there, Nick Taylor. And what we did was we created a platform by which instead of having chat, we created a way for that website visitor could enter their phone number on the website, and we call this fast dial. So basically a website visitor goes, a pop-up would show, and it would say, type in your number right here. And as soon as a person typed in their number, the law firm or the business, we were tested it mostly on law firms, would call the visitor back, and they'd be speaking with the person on the website. So it was a pretty technical product, but our goal was to increase, one, for speed to lead. So having the business generate is get in contact with lead as possible, as well as trying to grow the overall lead count for the business. And what we found was that we ran about 47 different iterations of this product, having pop-ups appear in all different ways. And basically, we lost every A/B test first chat. And at the time, the chat product wasn't ours. We were testing against two other ones that were big at the time. This was 4 or 5 years ago. And no matter what we did, we couldn't beat the chat, or the 50% of the traffic that was being served chat. So quickly we realized that even though it was kind of just in its beginning stages, live chat on websites, was that it would beat out any other product that we could come up with to help increase the total amount of leads that my clients at the time were generating through their website. So basically we said, if you can't beat them, do it better. Or, join them, but, we wanted to do it better. So basically we realized as we jumped in the industry, we started creating and started ideating our own chat service. We looked at what was out there and said, all right, how do we create a better one? So basically we said there are kind of 3 different types of live website chat. And there's the do-it-yourself solutions. These are ones that Olark, Zendesk, these are solutions in which your business is the one that answers chats. And these tend to be the most popular. And I know Green Rope has a partnership with Olark. So in a lot of places, it's a great solution. But we wanted to figure out if we could create a solution, if that would be the best for a lot of the clients that we were working with. Next, there's the bot or hybrid solution. This would be like a Drift or an Intercom or some of the more popular ones that you'll see that have some botting. And by botting, I mean having a AI answer it. And the hybrid option is meaning sometimes a person takes over. And that's definitely an option, and it fits some scenarios perfectly well. And then the last scenario, which is the category that we fit in, is live website chat plus the service. So what that means is that it's the chat software, but it's also agents that we employ answering chats for your business website on your behalf. And what I want to do now is kind of first jump into the different types, but then kind of talk about the overall rules for chat as a whole. And these rules apply across DIY, bot hybrid, and live website chat. So the first rule of chat is fast response time. If a person goes on your website and starts a chat, if they wait 45 seconds, there's a 65% chance that if you respond 45 seconds or later, the chatter is already gone. So the key to doing, and this is the most important rule of chat, the key to doing chat well, regardless if it's bot, DIY, or service chat, is making sure the chatter gets responded to under 30 seconds. Our general rule is about 27 seconds is what we try to see, and after that, there starts to be a drop-off. But if they have to wait as long as 45 seconds, they're going to be gone. And a missed chat is worse than a chat that never occurred at all. Now the visitor left and they're angry and maybe not quote-unquote angry, but it's a missed opportunity. The next rule for kind of chat is don't force a email or phone number or name up front. We see a lot of chat services do this, be it a bot or hybrid or DIY. And basically, we want to serve the visitor first by helping answer their question and acknowledging that we're there and there to help them before we try to go in for the close. And the close means, get their name and contact information. And the third part is we say is, progress to a consultation demo. Chat is great as a way to work with your existing process. Very few or if any deals in chat for consultative sales are going to occur in chat. So the goal for chat should be to get the person off the chat interface and onto a phone call for a demo or call. If you're doing e-commerce and it's for assisting sales, that's a little bit different. But for any business where the process is a consultative sale, be it a phone call consultation or a demo or any type of conversation between either a salesperson or the owner or someone on the product team with the person is really where what we're trying to do is to get those conversations to occur. And the fourth point is the art of the close. So this is about knowing when to ask for the information that you want. So that's the email and phone and time to call. So, if you ask too soon, the visitor will get angry and leave. If you don't ask at all, then you lost an opportunity. So a lot of it is about having the chat agents, be it, agents staffed by your own team or by somebody else, knowing exactly when is the right time to ask for the call, to ask for the contact information so you can get that information. The last 2 points is chat supports the other lead capture, does not supplant. And basically that means that chat isn't the only way anyone that tries to tell you otherwise is seeing the forest for the trees. It's one of 3 or 4 ways that a person can contact you. Not everyone wants to chat, obviously. So by no means should chat ever block any of your other contact methods. It should always be a way to support the overall lead capture and not take over other ways. Lastly, I'm mostly talking about chat for consultative sales. This is for lead capture chat. Tech support, there's probably many uses for it, and product support. This is mainly about chat for getting new business in the door. So, if you're a big company that has chat support, we recommend that support page not be on the home page in any pages which you're trying to get business in, but have that chat be on certain pages of your website that aren't about driving new leads for your business. Cool. All right, so do-it-yourself chat. So, do-it-yourself chat is a situation where you buy the software and then you man or woman the chat by people on your own team. And some of the strengths, and I know Green Rope works with Olark, and they're a great product. Their software is frankly pretty amazing, and they're great. And some of the strengths they have is that it's fairly inexpensive. It's really easy to put on your website so that you can start answering chats. And there's a ton of solutions out there for do-it-yourself chat. And I know even every day there's another company moving into this space. Some of the strengths are that you can answer your own chats, but the bigger one is the weaknesses. Is answering chats means you have to have staff that are doing the chats for you, during business hours all the time, and at no point can you let a chatter wait. So if you ever let a chatter wait, you lost that opportunity. So unless you have a staff in place to answer every chat, Olark is great in those situations, but if you don't, it might not be the best fit. So we find a lot of businesses succeed with do-it-yourself chat when they're a larger client, enterprise level, and have teams dedicated to this. And for those situations, it's a great use case. Next, we see kind of the bot hybrid versions. And these are kind of the newest ones and kind of fastest growing in the space. I'm up here in Boston, and we have one of the big two is two companies. One's called Drift, one's called Intercom. And these two guys are pretty much taking over the bot hybrid space. And Drift is here in Boston. And they're great. So they're a combination of having robots response as well as as we can see with the different options. So you can click different options, and if you click the right options, then it will bring you to a person. And for certain situations, these are great. We see these on a lot of SaaS platforms or technical products where they want robots answering simple questions like, can you take me to your pricing page, or questions that can be answered by pages on your website. So anytime you have these different options here, those are great situations for like a bot or a hybrid approach. The downfall again is that if you're doing a hybrid approach, you still need someone to answer some of the questions, but you don't have pre-planned out here. And then lastly, we are in the live website chat service. So basically what we find is we are 100% human operated. We have a team of chat agents answering chats on behalf of businesses 24/7, as well as we're on the software side as well. So we provide the software and the service. And there's somewhere between 10 and 20 people, businesses in our exact chat as a service niche. And they all kind of vary in exactly what they do. But our overall goal is to be kind of the live website chat, as well as the service for businesses where a lead or a lifetime client is worth north of about $1,000. So, we're not great at support. We're not a support solution like a Zendesk or an Olark. And we're not for every business. So, anyone in a live chat, if you have a client, if a new piece of business is worth south of 1,000, the numbers probably just don't make sense for that business. So we're a higher cost than a do-it-yourself option, but the advantages are the 24/7 and around the clock. And so basically we analyzed the industry and said, all right, well, we could be a do-it-yourself, we could be a bot hybrid, or we could have a fully staffed. So we kind of looked at the clients that I was working with at the time and started out with the full service option. And that's where we kind of ran with the program, with the platform. And we started about 6+ years ago and have been kind of growing that since there. And one of the things that we focus on at Juvo Leads and all of the do-it-yourself or done-for-you services are kind of four things to focus on. We customize each and every chat lead that comes in based on the needs of the business. Meaning, we answer the chats. We have custom scripts that we provide based on what the business wants us to answer and what they don't want us to answer. So, for instance, we're on a lot of law firm sites. And for those type of sites, we'd never answer a legal question because that would be illegal. But if we're on a roofing company site, we qualify the homeowner by finding out how far they are from the current business. We use the person's name who will be contacting them, and then we provide answers to questions that people want. And then, here are the other items. We do scheduling on behalf of the businesses, and we focus on not just chat leads, but all leads overall. So from an example of some chat customizations, we're on different pages. We have different intro messages that we offer. So for instance, let's say you're a roofing company doing commercial roofs. One of our chat intro messages on your commercial buildings pages would be, hi there, here we say, do you have any questions with a pricing calculator? But if we're on a roofing page, we could say, or a commercial roofing page, we could say, do you have any questions? Are you looking for new roofs for a commercial building? I'd be happy to help you. That little bit of customization increases our start to chat rates by about 30%. So the more we can customize the visitor's experience, the higher the likelihood that someone will start a chat with us on your behalf. Next, we qualify. So every different business has different rules for a qualified lead. So here is a criminal defense attorney. So here we're scheduling the attorney. We're asking when the next court date is. We're asking if they currently have an attorney. So each rules for qualification is different for every business we work with. And we always ask the same rules based on what the business wants us to ask. And they can be different qualification rules depending on what line of business or what pages we're on their site. Next, scheduling. One of the things that we're keen on is making sure we try to close the loop. So we don't want to just, when we can, we don't want to just pass the lead on into an email form. We also want to schedule the lead if possible. So if we first have qualified a lead, we can then schedule a lead on one of your salespeople or one of your clients' calendars so they can have that dedicated consultation meeting with the person. And we schedule that for them using whatever calendar software you're currently using, if you want. Not every client uses it, of course, but it's just another option. And then lastly, I want to talk about good leads. So one of the things that we focus on is we try to drive as many total leads and not just chat leads as possible. So for instance, we're the guys on your left. So we built our interface to look as similar as possible without getting in trouble with Facebook. So, the most popular chat in North America. We built our chat to look similar to that, whereas some of our competitors, as you can see, they kind of block the existing contact form, so you can't actually click this on desktop and it takes over the whole screen. Whereas with us, you can close this down and do anything you want on the page. Whereas here, it takes over the whole screen. And the same thing with mobile. So for us, every time we have a website that we're doing chat for on mobile, we have an option to put a sticky bar at the top of the website so that no matter where a visitor is, they can click and call the business or chat with us. We don't want to, lose phone calls just to get chat leads because that would not be in the best interest of the business. Whereas some of our competitors in the done-for-you chat space, they block the top of the website, so it's impossible to call. So what we find by offering total leads is that using a done-for-you service that focuses on total leads, you get anywhere between 25 to 50% more total qualified leads for any business that isn't using chat. And what we see is that it really varies depending on the quality of the traffic, but what we see is that we do cannibalize some call leads and some form leads, but generally across the board, we range about 35% to 45% more total leads per month with using a chat solution. So we're going to take away some of your call informed leads, but the overall net gain is worth the detriment. That's how we see it. So yeah, so that's kind of the overall system for how chat works. And why we do it is because we want to increase the total amount of leads, and that's where our focus is. I'd love to kind of open it up now for questions and see if anyone has any questions for me.
Thanks, Ed. That was awesome. I really appreciate that presentation. And definitely, as the questions come in, we'd love to answer them. So you can put your questions into the Q&A box in your Zoom control panel, or you can also put them into chat if you have any specific question. I guess to start off, are there any particular industries that you find are more successful with this type of strategy? Yeah, I guess let's start with that.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So basically what we find is that when we first started, we were heavily focused in the service business. So any business where the initial meeting with the potential lead is a consultative sale approach. So if it's a first meeting with a lawyer, if it's a first meeting with someone in the construction trade, so it's less effective when it's a flat pricing model. So let's say you're selling $1,200 TVs on your website. Well, a TV costs $1,200, so that's how much it costs. So for those, you're going to want a subject matter expert answering questions on a chat. So in that situation, a do-it-yourself service would be better, where a subject matter expert can answer chat questions. But in any business where the first consultation is for either the business owner or someone on the sales team to learn more about the lead, so they can help answer questions and then gather information, and then either once they answer some questions, follow up with the price, or follow back up with them with a demo or something of that nature, where it's more of a filling out process. That's pretty much our sweet spot, because our goal isn't to know your product, your business, your service better than you do. And, frankly, we can't, nor should we try. Yeah. What we are really good at, though, is taking questions a potential visitor might have about your service or business, and taking those questions and leading them down a path to get them to take a consultation or a demo call or an intro call with someone on your team to help answer that questions. So for instance, about 60% of our clients are law firms. About 20% are people in the home trades industry and the agency space. So we work with a lot of different agencies to service their clients. And just by way of doing that, we also work with a lot of marketing agencies as a way to increase the leads on their site. So we didn't actually see that as a big industry that we thought we'd be in. But what we just found is that as we're servicing more and more agency sites, that as we're working with their clients, we also add a big benefit to them, because a lot of the agencies we work with don't have flat pricing, but more kind of try to feel out questions based on the client they work with. So honestly, our two biggest are probably the legal space, and we do work with a ton of marketing agencies as well.
Very cool. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We do have a question. Carl asks, do you have thoughts on chats where the clients and customers can use the chat function between each other?
Yeah, and this is a very, so just so I understand, can use it, meaning like inter-office chat, or more like not like I'm guessing not like an inter-office chat, so not like we use Slack internally, like we use our chat for interactive sales. I'm guessing you mean like a service where sometimes the business answers and sometimes a company like Jubo Leads would answer?
Carl, if you could just clarify that, that would be great. That would be helpful. Yeah, because my other question was going to be like, what do you propose for people who want to do support chat? And oh, Carl said, no, more like how creating a collaborative environment where community discussions can occur.
Oh, yeah, that so almost like a forum on a website. We love that idea as a way, and I see we don't do it ourselves, but we work with a lot of agencies, and one of the agencies is kind of big on creating strong thought piece contents, and then around those thought piece contents, they're able to get a lot of community discussion, be it blog comments, and some even run forums on their site. And we exist on those as well. I like those as a way to interact with your customers. One thing that we're big on, and I like that idea, and I think it also has benefits on an SEO perspective. One of the things that we always, and a lot of our agency clients are always talking to us about, is something that we call speed to lead. So we want to get our clients' questions answered, or give them the impression that they'll be in touch with someone who will answer their question as fast as possible. So while I love comments and forum comments in a way to build a community among your products, one of the things that we emphasize is the faster you get the business gets in contact with the lead, the higher the likelihood they close that deal. So if a business is great at following up on every forum or blog post, that's awesome, and we might be redundant in that case. But if they ever find a forum comment or blog comments waiting more than 28 seconds, we think there's an opportunity to get in touch with those leads faster, because if it takes you 10 minutes to follow up with a lead, but it takes your competitor 5, they might go with the competitor. So that's I guess my thoughts on that. Replacement for OLARC. It can be. It depends on how you're using OLARC. And if you have a 24/7 live people answering chats on behalf of your business 24/7. So OLARC is a great product. I think the software is amazing. At the end of the day, it's a software. So it's effective. It's as effective as the agents answering questions. So if the people that are staffing your OLARC chats are converting chats around the clock, and you have multiple people, or if you have one, that's great. But if they ever take a bathroom break, that's a chance for a missed chat. That's why it's our number one rule is never a missed chat. But if you do have a team of people answering chats, OLARC is a great solution, and it's frankly fairly inexpensive. The big difference is OLARC's sweet spot is working with businesses that have numerous people answering chats 24/7. For them, if that fits your business use case, then OLARC is a great product. If you ever have a time when you're not answering chats, or if you're away from chat and don't have agent coverage, then I think that would be a solution where OLARC might not be the best fit for you. I hope that answered it, Michael. Does your business, when do the majority of your chats come in, and do you have exactly, yep. So if OLARC, yeah, Juvo is if you don't have a team in place to answer chats for you, and OLARC is great if you have a team in place and they're 24/7. So we even have some businesses that work with us as a hybrid with solutions. So for instance, they might have sales staff answering OLARC chats during the day, but then at night they turn OLARC off. And as soon as we get the switch that OLARC is off, then we pop on. So we're kind of a nights and weekend solutions for some businesses. I would argue that, and just because I can see the OLARC chats as they come in, that a lot of times when businesses say they have OLARC covered, what they do is they have their sales team answering chats. And sales are great, can be great on chats, but they have to be properly trained in the sense that, let me go to this slide on it. One of the things that we find is that when chat answer chats, when salespeople answer chats, they tend to try to use chat as a way to convince the chatter to make the purchase. And we just don't see many deals getting done through chat. We see chat as a way, as a first step in the way to progress them to a sales phone call. So, we're not going to try to close them. We don't want a 20-minute chat where we're going over the ins and outs of the product or service. Our goal for chat is to get them to take that consultation so they can build rapport with either your sales team or your business owner so that person can close a deal. We just don't see, whether at Olark or bot chat or us, we don't see a lot of deals getting signed via chat. We do see a lot of leads converting into consultations, and we think that should always be the sole purpose, not closing deals on chat itself. So, my argument would be, if your sales team is effectively moving people off of chat and into a consultative phone meeting or in person, then you're doing it super well. And if it's 24/7, then you're probably doing that well as long. How long does it take to get jokes on a reasonable range of possible questions? Moves to scheduling me combo with their staff at a later time. It depends on the business. Generally, our onboarding process is depending on the chat scripts that we write. If it's a business that we already have a template for on the business, it can take as little as 2 to 3 hours. For it's a business where it's not something that we've worked with before, we create custom chat scripts based on our general templates, and then work with either the agency or the business owner to create rules based on that business. It's never taken, it's a back and forth process for more complex businesses, but it's never taken more than 48 hours to get the chat scripts finalized. And when I say finalized, I say that with a caveat. We don't see, there's no such thing as a finalized chat script. Our chat scripts and our chat templates are living documents. There will always be questions that neither you nor I nor anyone will know what the website visitors will ask. So oftentimes, what we build into our product is we do a 30-day free trial. At the end of the 30-day free trial, after the first 2 weeks, we review all the chats and send over a list of questions that we got that we didn't have answers for, and we use the general default answer, and that we think we could have answered better. So for those, after the 2-week period, and then again at the end of the 30-day trial, we say, here's some questions that came in repeatedly or more than once that we wish we handled differently. What would be the best way for us to handle them? So we work with the business owners to answer questions in the way that they want us to answer them, so that we can be as effective as possible for your business. So we build those, we build that process into our product. Cool. I hope that answered it. Yeah, so 24 to 48 hours, a little bit of back and forth depending on the complexity of the business. Just by way of example, Michael, what industry are you thinking? You don't even have to say the business, just so I could give you an idea. Gotcha. Yeah, we work with a few. We have a few accounting firms we work with and some CPAs. So that would be one of our faster ones. And those type of businesses are the ones I mean when I mean like a consultative sales process. So anytime where that first meeting is a let the business owner or salesperson at the business find out more so they can provide more information for a quote. Those are the ones that are kind of our quote unquote sweet spot. Yeah. And just by way of example, just because one of the things that we do, we love working with Green Rope, and what we do for all Green Rope partners is, because everyone's on this webinar today, what we do is we're offering everyone on the webinar, and actually within 24 hours, we said, a free license for their own agency account. So that's completely free chat service on behalf of us, and all your clients would get a free 30-day trial for absolutely free. But for everyone on the webinar today, we're offering a free agency account for free. So it's only through the Green Rope offer. And we only offer that through the Green Rope offer. So if I'm sure you'll get an email. It'll have an offer code in it. Green Rope is the promo code. So if you enter that, that's a free agency. So that's the software plus a service for your agency website for completely free. And then on top of that, all your clients that you sign up get a free 30-day trial. So, we love working with Green Rope, and all the leads that we capture go right into Green Rope CRM. So there's no additional integration requirements. We have a direct tie-in. We do use Zapier, but with Green Rope, we pass the leads directly into them. So we get all the data that we collect on those chat leads goes right into your existing CRM.
Yeah, that's great. And and just to repeat what Ted said, we will be sending out a follow-up email with a link and more information about that particular promo as well. So be on the lookout for that.
Cool.
Are there any more questions?
Awesome.
Well, it doesn't look like we have any more questions, but if you guys do have any more questions, you do have Ted's email right in front of you, and then of course we will be sharing that information as well in our follow-up email. Also, if you need to contact Green Rope support, you can always contact us at support@greenrope.com. The support team here is also up to speed on the Juvo Leads integration. So if you've got questions with that, just let us know as well. Again, thank you so much, Ted. I really appreciate it. We're really excited to be working with you guys. And thanks everyone for attending. And Ted, if you have any last words for our attendees today.
Nope. Speed to lead, Juvo Leads, Green Rope promo code. We love Green Rope. Think the CRM is awesome. And feel free to shoot me an email offline. I spelled my email wrong, but it's ted@juvoleads.com. And thank you everyone for joining us today.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone.